Hello, this is Father Oates. I'm sitting here to talk with a man called Flipopossum. Um, Flippo, would you like to tell us who you are, why you're important?
Um, well, hi. My name is Flippo, but sometimes I'm known as Flipopossum to some other people. But um, I am a writer and bit of a voice actor. Still kind of working on that part. But I am the writer of I am the writer of Infamous. Infamous Fallen Return.
Not the game.
Not the game.
Yeah. People always forget, apparently, that stream delay is 60 seconds.
Oh no.
Oh no, people forget.
That
You
was
should
me.
not have mentioned that you are trying to be voice actor, because I might try to grab you again.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I might mark you as green.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Angry
Ah,
through the girl voices, run away!
Don't
Oh
go.
no.
okay.
I suppose the main.
Flippo.
I suppose we should probably
Another
start.
voice actor to go under my belt? Ooh.
My
No.
belt.
Anyways,
The
to the
collective
real,
belt we've hooked ourselves together with.
to the real,
Or
to
Emperor's
the
New
real
Proving
meat and
it.
bones now.
Yeah, let's get into some meat and taters here. What is
The,
your
the, the real.
fascination with Infamous?
My fascination? Okay. Simple question, simple answer. It's a video game. I love games. But to make it more complex, if that's the right word to say it, its story that the story it has is a fascination to me. Um I think what really because I mean at first when I played it because it was old game, so I was a young little boy when it came out, but I didn't really play it first thing when it came out, so I did not really have much of knowing Infamous when uh when it first came out. It was fuck it was PlayStation All Stars. That was the first time I actually heard the introduction of Infamous because I saw this character and he was he looked just like an average dude with electricity powers and he was fighting Raiden. Now I did already have a bit of recognition of knowing Metal Gear Rising when I first heard of it, but um, I did kind of pique the interest about it. But when my older brother, he got the game. He showed it to me. He was like, hey, dude, look at this. I got you this game. You want to try it?" I was like, "Sure." And by the end of it, it was just a game for me because I wasn't really paying attention much to the lore. So then I just threw that game aside, and then years later, I kind of go back to it and relive the nostalgia. But then I was like, you know, I've known about this game, but I've never tried playing the game. Why don't I play it again and actually see what the game's story is? Which I did. And by the time I did my second play of it, I absolutely fell in love with the game. The story and everything, all the characters. Cole is by far, like, beyond my most favorite character of all time.
Um, uh, there was a certain genre of just like games like that that came out where like you were made a superhuman when you got to be good or bad. The other really popular one at the time was Parasite, which is or not Parasite. You know what I'm
Prototype.
talking about? Uh,
Yeah, I've, I've,
you know the
I've,
one with Alex Mercer.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the one I played when I was a young kid, too young for it, because I didn't have a PlayStation. Infamous was PlayStation exclusive. Prototype. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have understanding of the story of that, and people always want to make these two characters fight, and I mean it's Cole Sweep all the way
Oh, yeah.
because Cole's powers are more supernatural.
Yeah, it's actually more complicated than just saying that it's just lightning powers because
Alex
Electricity
is just
kills
a
you.
clump of cells that can resurface themselves into new things. Alex Mercer can turn into electricity, I'm pretty sure, can he? Or he's made of pure electricity. However conduit powers work.
Eli, your interview.
Magical
Yes.
electric
Okay.
healing.
All right. Sorry about that. My brother just came on in all of a
Oh,
sudden.
yeah?
All right.
Oh, she's for real?
God. I think so. I mean, honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of Prototype when I first saw it. I was to me it just felt like it was just an Infamous clone all the way. So I was like,
Like a
no,
gore clone?
Infamous. So
Well, they came out like a pretty similar time, so
it did, and
that
like
was
throughout the
1988.
years, those two have constantly been at war with saying on what's better and what's not.
I gathered more enjoyment out of Prototype, but I'm not gonna say that he is stronger than Cole. And
Mm,
also, Infamous survived better, I think. Like, there's
it
more
did.
media pertaining to it than Prototype.
It did. It had it had technically 4 games, but um
And comic. I
had
think Prototype had a very short run comic.
I think so too. I haven't really caught up much on it. I am thinking about probably looking into Prototype again, give it another go.
That's mindless fun.
Yeah, yeah, fighting, killing stuff, all that kind of stuff, game genres and all that
And yeah, you see
kind
that
of
with Dead
stuff.
Rising too, where it's just, oh, you're out in the middle of something, a bunch of things to kill, ta-ta, and that's your tutorial.
Yay! I
Start pressing
love
some fucking
killing stuff.
buttons.
Ugh,
And I
gosh.
suppose to follow this connecting thread, what made you choose Cole McGrath to kidnap into Wani?
Well, what do you? Would I go with Delson?
I don't know any of the other characters, but what makes Cole extra special?
Yeah, he's cool.
Well, for someone who knows the lore and has seen the comics and everything, I've literally have a huge understanding about Cole and his past and who he is and what he is in the games.
All I ever want to see
And
was the motherfucking mailman.
yeah, he I think because at first when I had the whole concept of making a crossover story, Infamous wasn't at first really the first thing I wanted to do. It was Transformers that I wanted to do first, but I decided to go against it because I couldn't really think of much of good story, and I had that whole self doubt saying like, I'm not good at making that kind of stuff. So I kind of dropped the Transformers idea and decided to go browse out for another idea, and thankfully, my older brother, the one who showed me the series, told me, well, hey, why don't you try and do Infamous? I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I could kind of see something working. You're a genius enough to do something. So, to my kind-hearted brother, I followed suit with the idea, and thus I went with Infamous, doing my whole research on the lore, going deeper more than into lore than I usually would, and learning more about Cole. I knew that he would definitely be perfect. But along the way, when I first dropped the first chapter of Fallen Return, I hit a stump instantly. I was cornered with ideas on what I can do because originally I had Cole to be there to replace Inko. Inko was not supposed to be in the story originally, but someone from the Humo server, which I can't pronounce his name, but thank you so
Monoto.
much for the help.
Oh, who?
Uh,
You just said
I
somebody
can't.
from the server.
Oh.
Yeah, someone from the server. He gave me an idea saying, "Well, what if Inko was in the story?" And I was like, then there'll kind of be complications because he's the only other person. Probably some other people know about it, but I originally had plans of Cole being together with Olivia at first. That was my first plan at it. But
Pedestrian taste. We have to try something new. They were probably
Yeah.
thinking.
Well,
I think you
that
made
was
the.
that.
I think you made the right decision doing this over Transformers because the scale just would not work.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Yeah.
just like you're on a place where the Transformers around sapient dinosaurs. It wouldn't really be able to connect very well to Snoot and Wani, I think.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't. But, um, so I was stumped. I couldn't really know what to do furthermore. I made the first chapter and that was it. And people liked it, but they didn't see what I was going to do next. And so kept getting more of the writer's block on what I was going to do until I was on the verge of just saying that, okay, I'm just going to cancel writing this book because I can't do it. But luckily, when I was strolling through my docs files, I stumbled upon one of my first works I did after first watching Wani, which was the Sentries Protocol, which that was the introduction to my first OC that I made, which was Sarah Sentries, which would be Cole's love interest. Um, Her character, when I first met it was a bit different because the story I had her in was supposed to be sci-fi, and she was actually supposed to be another love interest for another character I made, which was Red from Trust is Like a Loose Wheel. But I haven't, really done much with Trust a Loose Wheel with it because I wanted to keep it the same idea. Because Olivia is like my all-time favorite Dino, so I didn't want to change that. So there was that. So Sarah has just been sitting in my Google Docs for like at least a couple months, and then when I found her again, I just knew that it was perfect. And so I clipped her in, and it worked. It all worked, and she's perfectly fit. People said that Cole and Sarah are the perfect dynamic, and I agree with them. I just hope. But I think the one thing I really hope, though, is because at some certain point, I have that kind of tendency, fear of thinking that I'm going to rush my work. So I'm trying to be very careful with how I'm trying to do this, because this is like the first time in forever I actually get people responding to more of this kind of work that I do, even though I usually don't do it. But yeah, I'm keeping it close.
Every now and then I go down, I look at your kudos list, and I recognize a lot of the names in there. So it's good to know that you have like friends backing you up, and
Yeah, and I'm really
I really
thankful
enjoy
for
it.
that. Ugh. Um, God, I don't know.
Uh, oh yeah, Ripley. You kind of painted him out to become like a pure villain, didn't you? Talking about
Yeah.
Okay, so what I did,
or not
when
pure
I tried
villain.
to say that, when I tried to say something like that, it was supposed to try and throw someone off. No, it didn't work. People, as much as I could really see it, people think that Ripley is still a good person from what I got. But I am actually right now have been working on the latest segment because this is the final segment. I am working for the latest chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it'll have a good closure for that. But I mean, until then, it's just I have slow and steady project to work with, and hopefully things won't go bad, and people will just start on saying like, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing this. You should do this and that.
I'm not here to tell
So,
you what you shouldn't do. I'm just saying, I enjoy it. It is the
Do
superhero
what comes
cheese I
natural,
miss.
dog.
oh,
I
well,
know you
thank
don't
you.
like hearing me call it cheese, but
No, no.
it's a little bit goofy, you know, and that's good.
Well, I mean, I guess I could see why people could say it's goofy. It's a goddamn superhero crossover with
Dinosaur
a
people.
romance with dinosaur people. And God, I always mentally slap myself in the face every time when I say that because I'm making a goddamn superhero fic with dino people.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a problem with that. I enjoy it. I really heavily enjoyed it. I
Yes.
enjoy
Well,
the kind of style you do, like when you describe Cole moving around buildings. I think that's fun and it's light and it's loose, and that's how I like to try to write when I try to do stories. Of course, though, mine
Well,
cancer on mine.
yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of learn my writing techniques first from bits from my mom, bits from my dad. They're kind of writers, but they usually like to do working a lot for the household. But I think the one, the one project I did enjoy listening. I don't think you guys know about it, but it was it's an old story. I think it was called the Centurion Protocol, and it's a dead series, unfortunately, but it follows suit of an old Greek Roman who somehow managed to get transported to a different time period and is trying to move on with life after shit that has happened, which is kind of an inspiration that I put when it comes to Infamous in some way. But
it's
yeah, that story was kind of the huge inspiration for me.
you're writing it like a Man Out of Time story.
Yeah, it's something kind of like
I mean,
that.
it
Yeah.
kind of is. He got moved to the future and was made younger.
Yeah.
Because Infamous takes
Fish
place
out
when
of
it comes
swamp
out, I'm
water.
pretty sure, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And one of my fucking friends who's probably watching, I'm pretty sure, always constantly makes fun for the fact that it's a 17 again segment. And can't I can't get Zac Efron out of my head all of a sudden now.
You can. It's called Replace It.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's a Shuon King.
Hey, Shuhan.
Shuon's here to witness you.
Oh no.
The
funny
feisty Goros and Mia, man.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Oh
Didn't
no.
answer any
Wait.
questions in the chat yet, don't worry.
Okay. You just said Mia and I'm like my blood went cold for a second.
Yeah, it does that.
Don't worry, that bitch will
Yeah.
get like 30,
Don't
30,000
worry
volts.
about it. It activates my neurons to make me do actions.
It activates
30,000
my
volts.
trap
For
card.
different reasons, this is a joke.
Yeah. I
Yes.
get you, Flippo. I was the guy who had to solely read Killer Queen for last interview. I know.
Oh no.
I'm gonna out myself and
Sean,
say I didn't read Killer Queen.
Sean gave me
Oh,
the
so you know
warnings
my
about
pain.
reading that.
Oh yeah,
He-
isn't that the it's not snuff. It's a rope fic.
It's Ropic.
Uh,
Aeropic.
I mean, I will say that Shuon's work is really good. I like
I
Warnie's.
enjoy Wani Snoot. Yes, it's very
Oh.
lovely.
Shuon, your work is phenomenal.
Both of you cook. Keep
But
cooking.
now,
I'm still not gonna read
I'm
Killer
gonna bolt
Queen.
you to your stove.
anyways,
cooking.
back to you.
It's your only
Back to you,
chance.
sir.
I'll keep on. I'll keep on shocking the people. How about that?
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Shocking. Ha ha
Somebody's throwing
ha.
hearts in
Fun.
chat.
Ha ha ha.
75,000 volts.
I'll keep giving you guys
70 million
75,000 volts.
of coal lightning.
I'll keep. I don't know. I'm feeling stupid now. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a poll in the chat that's probably gonna get really stacked.
Oh no. All right. Any questions? Any other questions? I'm ready.
Yes,
Sierra-
I have a full booklet. Let's
Oh, no.
see. So let's see. We've already touched on some of them, so I guess Mr. Anakin.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna be blunt with this. When I first did Yadikin in the book, I originally was not planning on having it be him. I was planning on having it be an OC that I was just quickly thinking about, but then I decided to go against it because the goal I have set in mind for what I have for Cole in the book is that he's going to change. He's going to change, like he did in the first one. He's going to change, but it's going to be in the positive way. Because if people who have known about his games and the comics, he's suffering, and he's been suffering for like years, and he's brought here to this world, far away from people that he's known and love, and he's gonna need help. And so that's when I was like, okay, I think the perfect person to give Cole these perfect emotions for him to feel is Yadikin. So that's why I decided.
Teacher.
Yeah.
Had one. Everybody who is a bit crazy in life had a weird art teacher. I had one.
I didn't have a crazy art teacher. I had a crazy math teacher who is by far the GOAT.
Math never really clicked with me. I learned how to do like the marine sleeping thing to avoid participating in math class. I can sleep with my eyes open. I can be woken up by tiny sounds that I've picked the sound.
A little toot, and boom, I'm awake.
Yeah, no, I trained myself to wake up to the school bell.
Huh.
And sleep with my eyes open.
I wish I knew how to do that.
It took a lot of training. I don't know if I can still do it. I can still kind of do like the power sleep where I lay back a little bit with my eyes open and pay attention to like one little piece of stimulus. So I'll be just staring at the clock in my car, waiting for work to start, mostly asleep. It's a power. It's a power that you can learn.
What else to really say? Because I'm right now having a bit of time to really process what to say, because I don't want to spoil as much. I do like spoiling a little, but
It's a little treat to people who pay attention to little old me. Bats my little eyelashes.
Okay, actually, you know what? I can say this because this does happen. Is that, I mean, if you guys have already guessed, Yadikin is kind of like a father figure to Cole from how he's been treating him, and probably when it gets to the scene of when he passes, it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard.
For sure.
Because
it always is hard.
Yeah. I also I take a little bit of inspiration from PDG with Dorian on how he coped with Yadikin's passing. I try and aim to do something like that, but probably a bit worse on how Cole's going to do it. Not where he's going to like break. Probably. Oh wait, I don't know if I should say it because I don't know if there's people reading PDG right now. I guess all I can really say is that how he's going to cope is going to be probably worse. So that's probably as much as I could really spoil on that. But in other words, I do have furthermore plans with Yadikin after the passing. It's not just going to be over because I think I have explained it once. I do have like a portfolio full of bonus chapters I have set in mind to do. And there's definitely going to be a few that would be seeing him in some ways. Probably bits in the past and probably some in the present where it's going to be that whole kind of grieving scenario.
Yeah, there's plenty you can do with Yak in those 2 years in between chapters 1 and 2.
Yeah, looking back to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's also fun to see how people write tragedy.
Yeah.
If you like, I don't like writing it myself, but like, if you can do it well, I will enjoy a little bit of tragedy in my life. Like, I brought this up with Umbra before. Like, I really liked how he wrote the tragedies, and just like the shitty things that happen in Bad Apple.
Yeah,
he wrote that very well, and he made me cry at the end of the story. So if in your grand finale you make me shed tears, I will tell you.
Okay. Now you really piqued my interest. Now I'm gonna.
Have a goal.
I have a goal to achieve.
I'm pretty stone faced. It was a freak event that Bad Apple made me cry.
Yeah, Bad Apple was at first when I was listening to some of the audio recordings that you've done with it. It was not what I expected at first. I clearly expected it to be an E1 cope fic, but I was not expecting the start to just be so unexpected like that.
I messed up some of the audio. Whoops, oopsie. But no, it does start like really quick with nothing matters.
Mm.
That's what I tell myself anyway. Like, it's an extremely hard opening. And
It
not in the way
is.
like, this goes hard. It's just like, it's there. It doesn't, like,
Yeah.
it's a fix that doesn't try to ease you in. It doesn't give you background information. It just goes right to, my life fucking sucks.
Life is pain.
Which, I mean, I don't usually go for the super hard openings, but that's so fitting for that chapter.
Mm.
There's also, like, along with when I upload new chapters with the revised audio, I am adding, like, I'm doing, like, warm openings, right? As opposed to cold openings where it goes straight to the reading. So I had somebody record something to be, like, a lead into it, so it's not just all of a sudden audio immediately. So it's less about the fade in and whatnot. It gets people ready to, like, absorb the information. And it may not be the best poem I wrote, but it was a poem I wrote that I had somebody read. Because Lord knows by the end of this, people have had enough of me, right?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't have any problems when I was listening to some of your audio. I was literally listening to some when I was getting ready for bed. So, it was perfect. It was perfect no matter what.
You looked at the old live streams.
I did.
And my
I had
is improved markedly.
It has. I'm not saying that the previous stuff is bad. I could definitely see it, and I heard everything perfectly clear. It was all perfectly fine, and I loved it. It was really good.
You like how I would just like take breaks to draw, grab from the Discord. I still do that. Sometimes.
Yeah, there was. I sat down and listened to some of those segments, but some of the times I'll be like, where is he gonna continue? Where is he gonna continue? I need more Stegoras.
Somebody streams drawing things or streams reading things, people just look over. Well, the yap segment they call it, but in my case, it wasn't much of me yapping. It was me trying to like preserve my voice a little bit, rest a little bit, and let other people talk.
Rest the vocal cords. You've been talking for hours.
Yeah, which I think Humo should do. Just grab somebody to talk about whatever the hell for these longer chapters in some of these fics.
They're literally just yoink. All right, give me your opinion, random bystander.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. That's exactly what I said.
Oh.
I think that for None of the Chamber, he should start doing that.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. None in the Chamber. At first, it did catch my eye when I was reading it, but I kinda lost my interest after the trials and that kind of stuff.
Oh, it starts getting better again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. I am thinking. I haven't read it yet because I was gonna say I was gonna read it probably until the whole thing is done.
There's a certain point where I said it's coming up oats, so you know what that means.
But I'm gonna give honestly none of the Chamber. It's time and patience.
Yeah,
probably
until its final chapter comes out.
Yeah.
In years.
It just probably might. With the amount of chapters and how big it is.
Chapters? One chapter a month at this rate.
I don't know. I wish I could go talk to him. See what.
It's almost done.
Yeah, he's starting another fic, so I think None Chambers ends wind down period.
Okay.
Yeah, he started the Millhouse Stacy fic, so None Chambers ends wind down phase.
Also, I've been told a potential end. for another chamber, and let's just say like, I hope it's changed. I hope that like potential ending has changed.
Well, let's not talk about other authors anymore. Let's talk about the guys
Yeah.
here.
But anyway, yes.
Yeah,
back
let's.
to
Dean
back-
Kamen.
the man stuck in a perpetual flipping cycle.
I'm flipping around.
That's flipotastic. How do you do your fucking choreography? How do you think of that? Somebody whiplash you to some piece of your process. How do you do your fighting choreography? How do you utilize 3D space with only text?
I think. I mean, I have mentioned that I have taken inspirations from the Centurion Protocol. That I kind of got majority of those fighting segments from there, but I also got lots of Punch Drunk Gators,
Oh, from
Bloody
Jacob
Knuckles.
Festival?
Yeah, from his Bloody Knuckle interludes. I've literally taken the whole kind of concept idea and made it calling it the Electrifying Nights. Those are the segments. Bloody Knuckles, the Electrifying Night. I literally got that from Jake.
It just gives like a moment of like fucking
Respite
space
for
where you can
story.
actually like figure shit out.
Yeah.
What would be fun to have him do?
What would be fun?
Yeah, what would be fun to, like, that was your thought. What's fun to have him do before I have to continue the actual story?
If people at all get bored of just seeing some things being the same, which that's kind of why I had the first struggles with the book, which was I'm kind of copying Wani with just Infamous pasted. So I need to add more to it, which
Which you did.
which I decided to do more with Electrifying Nights. Electrifying Nights, you're not doing perspective as Cole, you're seeing it as the Masked Stranger, his vigilante self. And it's him dealing with those kinds of problems and with all the other unique things that you probably wouldn't see. You would like Ripley, for an example. You wouldn't probably not expect to be seeing Ripley being here in a Wani story, but yet here he is. But it's because it's the Masked Stranger problem.
I think there's one character that was in Snoot that's also in Wani, and I believe that is Malcolm the cab driver.
Yes.
Tracy gets mentioned.
Yeah, Tracy gets a mention as a lady who smells like hot dogs on the metro.
Yeah.
Mm.
And don't forget my boy Reed. He makes a cameo too.
Oh yeah, I definitely made a cameo with him. He was definitely the
there.
first thing. And I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Reed a lot, but like I don't hate him. I just think
simply minded character.
he is. I feel like he had a potential for being something more, but he probably didn't. He probably doesn't have enough. So when there's like a short segment that you see in the book where you see Reed there, and just Cole knows that this guy is perfectly innocent and he's just a simple druggie, so he simply lets him go. But
he's the head of the cowboy gang, isn't he?
oh no, he's not. If he was, then Cole would not have let him go. But
hiding in plain sight.
I mean, I didn't really. I kind of questioned why I put him in there. I put him in there for the fact that the Cowboys are selling drugs. They're selling Carf, and Reed is a Carf dealer. So I'm like, okay, so just to throw it in there, Reef goes to the Cowboys to go pick up Carf from them. But I didn't really want him to be noticed insanely much. I just wanted him to be there as a reference. And that's completely it. I'm like doing I'm just doing that short tease of just showing some characters there. Mo on the other hand, he's different. I have him there for a reason, which that's for another bonus chapter I have set in mind.
Mind if I take a whack at what it might be?
Also,
I'll give you 2 words, and you think it
No,
through.
let me give you a guess.
Okay, go ahead.
Mo is an old-timey gangster. He doesn't like the sale of drugs in his territory. He's gonna get involved in the sale of drugs.
yeah, the old kind of gangers don't like drugs that much.
You're kind of. I mean, it's off, but it's not a bad idea. I haven't, come to think of it, I haven't think of Mo and his whole gangster thing. I've just been thinking Mo as the pizza man.
I mean, you mentioned his retirement from the mob.
I did. I did that. I did that as like a complete pun, but I know that he was part with the mob. But the bonus chapter I do have set for him is it's probably him giving his heart-to-heart talk with Cole, where he's like, Cole, you're like the best. You're like the best employee I have. You're the best pizza delivery boy. You always get the job done no matter what. And it's kind of scenario. It's just a pizza. It's just a pizza time chapter. It's just Cole delivering pizzas and all that kind of thing. But I'll probably put more work into it. I always make sure to put more work into what I'm writing.
Go a little extra beyond.
Mm-hmm.
I get you. Oh,
Alright,
it's, Big Brother is streaming.
Anyway,
Big Brother. Anyway. Oh.
Yeah. I'm
The
very
whole
excited for what you do with Mo. Oh, I call him Big Brother because I chill in his Discord.
anyway, fucking. I guess it's nice to fucking see. I guess you could have. I guess having Reed show up though with the whole like Carfe thing. It implies that like it still hasn't been legalized yet within the 3-year gap between Snoot and Wane.
Nope, it hasn't.
Because like you're seeing, I guess you're seeing him on his journey to becoming the richest raptor in the world. I guess.
Yeah. That's why, and that's like another reason why I added a little line for what Cole says, and he's like, dude, get a life, get out of here.
Richest raptor in the world incoming.
Oh. Where's your wife, man? Go back to your family.
Get out of here!
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Oh god, my throat.
Oh man. Don't hurt yourself.
I'm trying not to.
Oh, no, my phone's going off for the thing. Notification.
You guys can have fun with the interview. I'm gonna go lay down and relax.
Okay.
Alright, man.
Toodles.
You have a good night.
Toodles.
Man.
Toodaloo. Alright.
Man, what's with that guy? I fucking hate him.
What's with that B guy? Fucking loser.
Baby man, you fucking baby man.
Little baby man, little gay baby man, little baby man.
Oh god.
I noticed.
Next
Holy
question.
see my ear,
I
JFJ.
noticed that you changed some class schedules around. Did you have any plans for that?
Oh god, I knew you were gonna bring this up. Alright. I'm gonna try and be completely flat out honest. I was not clearly looking good enough when I was doing my search through Wani. I mean, people didn't say anything. They didn't seem bothered by it. But I honestly did not remember Inko or Olivia having art for a second time. I thought it was the only one time. And I wanted to work with Cole because another reason, he's here in a completely different world and he's here to change. Yadikin helped him set that up, and now there's these other people that he needs to know. So he gets Damien and Inko for PE, which is first period, of course. And then next period, second period, this is where I went completely on my own with this, which was science, which is with Liz and Sarah. And then there's the next period, math, with Olivia, with just Olivia. But then last period that we see is with Sarah back in art. Well, not back in art, but art. Because what I wanted to do, I wanted to have Cole make sure that Cole always has the comfort he needs for when he's trying to cope on what he's doing. So that's why that's kind of why things are different. If people really have noticed that, then I am sorry about that. But all honestly, I'm gonna say it completely slipped my mind.
I gave you an out to be like, oh yeah, no, I moved in for a reason. I admire your honesty. Truly and fully.
Thank. You had no idea. After when you first told me about that, I was devastated. I'd stopped and took a moment to realize that I was like, oh no, I'm 11 chapters in my book, and there's already the first problem that I did, and I messed it up. But
It's no
but at the
matter.
end of the day,
Things get shifted around every which way.
yeah.
You got told
I
wrong by
mean,
another author.
I think
I'm on to you, Arlock.
I think
Yes, just one more thing.
I think the only other excuse I could say is that Cole's existence changes everything.
It would.
That's all I could really say with that excuse.
Well, you might just have an Ida clone.
Oh God, no.
He's just the conduit of duplication now.
No.
Every single time he duplicates and splits off, it takes off half his lifespan.
Okay. All right, and this is where I have to put my foot down on it, because you're not the first other person that's been talking about it. Is like, well, you can't say that Cole's the only other conduit. I want to see Dino conduits. I want to see them lizards with electricity on their fingertips. I want to see them do unique stuff. Stop it. Take a moment to realize it. This Wani takes place in a complete. Yeah, they didn't have an explosion. Empire City doesn't exist. Cole, I wasn't joking when I said that Cole was transported to another world. He literally is transported to another world. It's so different. There's no Empire City. There's no New Marais. There's no messed up governments that led to.
Star Trek teleported.
I mean,
Disassemble
you want
his
to put it
atoms
like
and
that?
reassemble them at another place in time.
If you want to put it like that, you guess you could say.
I
But
don't know, I mean, if that sounds good to you.
it sounds perfectly fine for me. It sounds perfectly fine. Transported, you could just say copy and paste, and boom, there he's in another world. And complete old one.
By the way,
But
V8 says the Banshaw jeeks your legs.
the band what?
The bandsaw jeeks your legs.
My legs.
I think it was referring
Okay.
to me.
Oh. Haha.
Oh, well, what I have to say that is, put the fucking MILF outfit on and record your fucking lines.
Get in the
Ha!
outfit.
Get fucked.
V8, apply the plates, please.
Getting back on, I think, on the topic though about it.
Yes.
Dino conduits. That's what someone has been pegging me and has been constantly asking. Dude, are we gonna see dinos? Are we gonna see conduit dinos? I'm tired of just seeing just only one. First of all, be fucking patient. That's all I could say. You don't know. I'm still working with the whole foolproof. I'm like 75% foolproof going. I still need to work on it and make sure it is 100%, so I can go with it. Because I have people constantly asking about oh, you don't have enough. You don't have enough Ben in the fic. You don't have enough of this. You're going completely wrong. It's different for a reason. It's a crossover.
Same classes. Why
Yes.
would there, like, if Denko's interacting with Ben every day, why would Cole need to interact with Ben?
Right.
The story of
Right.
Wani is still happening in the background.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying. That's what I've been trying to say. The Wani is just the background. All that is happening in the background. You're still seeing them. It's just different. It's different because there's another guy here. There's two new people added to the mix that
If you want to know what,
that adds more to it.
If you want to know what Ben and Inko are doing, play Wani. Cole is
Exactly.
on his own shit.
This man is like coping because he's gone from his world. He's completely in a new world. He's coping. He can't. He's hiding his secrets because he's the only one. He's the only conduit in the world.
He doesn't want to get got by the government experimented on. That's a good way to get covered in water.
Actually, and here's another fun fact because since I don't know if you're planning on reading the comics, I could probably DM you a link to someone doing a dub over the comics.
I may.
But you don't mind if I'd like tell you a little bit about the comics, right?
Go right on ahead.
Go ahead.
So, to not spoil too much of the first game, because the comics takes place right after the first game. And Cole is he's like super depressed. He is like at his lowest right now because he had figured out the truth about his enemy. And I'm not going to say what his enemy did because that will spoil the first game, but he's coping, and along the way someone that he's been working with is giving him a really hard time. So hard that the government is just coming on in and is blowing up the city just so they could get Cole and use him for government weapons and all that kind of thing. And throughout the time, and this is like another reason why I love Cole so much, is that he's not, because when you hear superhero, you're gonna think of a like tall, strong, broad, heroic man. That's not what Cole is. He's not heroic. He's just a guy. He's a guy with powers. A guy who has his whole life changing in front of him, and he can't do anything about it. And so he's broken. He's really, really upset, sad. He's depressed as all hell. He's made. It's not confirmed, but they did say that he had an attempt of taking his own life at some point. But he was really, really depressed. And here's another fun fact: the gap between Infamous 1 and 2 is literally a month. That's how long the gap is. The comics is supposed to show what happens throughout 1, and that just goes straight to 2. It's literally a whole month. So this man, this soul has done nothing but countless work of going around, stopping bad guys, beating them up, and possibly killing someone over and over. And all what he wants to do is just rest. He wants to rest. But he knows he can't stop because his purpose, his destiny has changed because he is set for a goal on stopping someone. And so, at that point of scenario, it leads to him to his own purpose, his own ending, basically. He's just some guy, and that's what I like about it. That's what I liked so much about his character developments on what they've done with him, and every time when I do think about it, I mean I keep getting upset on how they ended the second game, because they had so much potential on what they could work with, and it felt such a rush and out of nowhere. But it's behind us now. And there's nothing much to really say or do about it. But if I would recommend it, there is this one YouTuber who decided to take up his time and come up with a plan on saying that, hey, I'm going to create basically a new Infamous game, and it's going to be something on what the fans wanted and do. And he did it. He did a foolproof plan of it. It was solid. He had like one step ahead every time. He had envisions on what gameplay mechanics would be. He had on what comics likes would be and all that. And it would have a bunch of answers that we have not been answered all in one scenario. And I highly recommend it. Huge shout out to him, by the way. But his project that he called it, it's called Infamous. It's called Infamous Prodigal Son, and it is by far the best work that I've ever seen from someone trying to so hard show his love to the Infamous game. It is by far the best project that he has done.
It sounds like
Yep.
it's a project with a lot of passion in it, which is an amazing thing to see. For such a, I guess I shouldn't say a super old property. There's older, but for a property of this time period, it's amazing to see people still so passionate about it. You don't see that every day.
No, no, you don't.
Especially when like the company hasn't supported the IP for that long.
Mm-hmm.
They're just greedily hiding it away, making it so that I can't enjoy it because I don't want to buy a new system. Even though they could just print money if they ported it somewhere else.
Right.
Sorry, I'm going off on why I don't like Sony.
I'm not going to say anything bad about Sony because I'm pretty sure they're watching us everywhere we go.
They're wiretapping through these headphones from the 90s.
Oh God.
They've been doing it all along.
It was me, Barry. It was me. I wiretapped it, all of it, all along.
It was me, Barry. I killed your mother.
Oh no. I'm not going DC.
I pushed her
I'm
down
not
the
going to do
stairs.
Oh
Man. They would have. Actually, no. Someone has a patent on something that to end an ad, you have to stand up and yell the brand's name. That's disgusting.
Whew, God.
Like,
Throat's
on the patent
aching.
information has a display of a guy just getting up and yelling, McDonald's!
Yeah.
That is fucking dystopian.
Yeah. Yeah. Next question.
Let's see.
Sierra, you had a list of
I guess. So many questions. I don't know which one to do. I guess let's dive deeper into Sarah in Infamous. Let's dive deeper into her story and all
How
that.
do you categorize her as a person?
How do I categorize her? She's a bit strong. She's a bit strong-hearted, but she tries to. She shows care and compassion. It's just that she has a bit of trauma.
Rough around the
She,
edges?
yeah, she's a bit rough on the edges. She has hard times trying to keep good long distance relationships with people because she's experienced losing that huge relationships because with her character in the story, she's the only student, the only student who got held back a year and did not graduate. And if it wasn't for Yadikin, she would have returned to St. Hammond's if he didn't step in.
Good old lidocaine.
Yeah, the good old Chad, But
I'm referencing something dude made where it's just lidocaine. The fucking red circle point to the image.
oh God,
You know exactly what I'm talking about. He also made Yodikin.
Yadikin.
Yeah, no, the guy who Humo was interviewing today made those two images.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That guy also conscripted me to voice Solly.
Oh, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
What do you mean by that, maggot?
If
You
at all
don't think I can
honesty,
do it? You don't think I can be a drill instructor? I'll tell
yeah,
you a thing
okay.
or two about Sun Tzu.
Okay, it's at least good enough that you're staying in the soldier attitude because there was one person I did
His thing
know.
is based on soldier.
Yeah, I know. And there's like some people that are like saying that you're doing his voice wrong. He should sound more like this. It doesn't fit him.
He should just
Shut
sound
up.
like Rick May.
Shut up. He's Rick May every way. Rick May all the way. Rest in peace. He's awesome.
Here, Shades, I'm gonna pummel you to death.
Back on the topic though about Sarah. She, like I said, she has trauma and has hard times trying to keep long distance relationships. The first thing I did when I worked on her again was I need to add some connections that would get Cole's attention. And so I was like, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Sarah is planning on becoming a doctor. She wants to become a doctor. But she got held back and all that kind of stuff. She has to go through that whole scenario. But when Cole sees it, because Cole's girlfriend in the games, Trish, she's a nurse. She does the whole medical stuff. He gets that first kind of connection that he sees. He sees bits of Trish in Sarah. So that was the first thing I wanted to try and set in mind. But slowly as it goes, Cole gets more of the whole understanding about her and what she's gone through, what has she done, and I'm not gonna spoil exactly when because I still have people begging like, please just have them kiss. They're practically holding hands at this point. Be patient. I'm trying. I'm like I said. I don't want to just go straight into the action. I want to set it right. But think it really carefully because I don't want to spoil it. By the time she'll know some things about Cole, and Cole will know some things about her, and at that point, just see the connections and consider the facts that they're both here for each other and they're gonna help each other out, and that's kind of their main reasons on why they would be together. That's all I could really say between the two. As I am still kinda working with her, because she, like I've mentioned, she was originally for a sci-fi project that I had.
Yeah. It sounds like you're taking these two pre-made characters and making it look like they were made for each other. Is what I'm picking up from you.
Yes, that's definitely one major reason. They're perfect for each other, which it kind of is some way. I have Sarah kind of showing bits of representation of Trish from the game, but I'm also showing off my own colors, her own colors on some things that we don't know, because I don't know if it's too much of a major spoiler. I mean, you've seen the start of the game. You know that her sister, Trish's sister, at the start of the game is killed.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't
And
that Skull's gang?
it was by the explosion, which led to Trish breaking up with Cole because she thinks that Cole was responsible for her death. It's that kind of whole thing. But what I had set in mind for Sarah though is I want her to be the strong-headed type. Be something where you think Cole is all the strong and brooding type, but in actuality it's Sarah because she's more level-headed than what Cole is. Because Cole, he overthinks a lot. He overthinks, and I picture Sarah just bonking him on top of the head. It's like, get it together, you idiot. And it's that whole kind of thing. It's the dynamic that I'm trying to work like when it comes to Fang and Anon and Olivia and Inko. It's that kind of thing, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're laying down.
But
By the way,
like
Shohan is
I
telling you that Sarah is peak.
Sarah is peak. Thank you. Thank you. I'm also going to say this because I don't know if it's true, but lots of people of Sarah, and many of them have been saying that, like, have been requesting, hey, can I draw her? And I'm like, go right ahead. Just
I've yet to
don't
meet a
make it.
writer
Don't make it.
that makes a character and then says no to artists asking to draw them.
And I'm going to say this: if someone comes up to me and asks, "Hey, can I draw? Can I draw something that you did?" I'll be like, "Go right ahead. Just don't make it weird." Because here's another thing I am going to admit: I'm a bit ace. I'm not. I don't think too much about it, but seeing kinds of stuff, unlike what people do, it's gross. But I definitely understand why people would think of something like that. Just don't show it to me.
I'm in a
Don't
pretty
show that to me.
similar,
You can show me all the
phase
other
of you.
kinds of
I'm
stuff.
not. I don't go looking for that stuff.
Um, I think I need to think really carefully. I'm really trying hard not to spoil because it's all I've already spat out so much information. But
I know it's hard, especially when you're in the middle of writing it still.
mhm.
And here's the thing: with these interviews, a lot of the people don't come when it's live. They come after, like, a while after. Like, I think the Umber one's gotten a lot of views in the, like, few months since then. So, I mean...
Yeah.
So, like,
Um,
people will wait for you to finish, most likely, and they'll come back and see what you thought on your process of it.
well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this bluntly. I wasn't expecting people to like my fic. That's all I'm gonna say.
You weren't expecting me to command grab you and bring you...
I wasn't. I was. I was definitely not expecting to get an interview, but I was also not expecting people saying that it worked because when I
It does work
when I
very well.
first did it,
It does.
yeah, when I first did it, I had that whole thing of like it's a superhero being put in, but I I went with my heart and then I did it and
Yeah.
here we are today.
If I'm honest, I don't think it would work so well for anybody but you.
I'm gonna.
Hanging out with you, understanding how you think and talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna admit it. I'm not. I kind of get awkward a lot when it comes to talking, to people. But at some point, when I get the whole comfort, I get comfort,
Yeah.
which like I am right now. I'm really comfort.
Yeah. I hope that this is a comfortable spot. You may be going out to, a small audience, but you are just talking to me and Sierra right now.
Which speaking of, actually, I have because a friend of mine, the same friend of mine who gave me the sprite animation, gave me another thing because they saw your work, and I just sent it to
no!
see.
Fan art. It's Sierra.
They said that it was not fair to just see one man standing. He should get a chair.
I can finally sit down! Yay!
After all these months, that's not what the UNSC trains you for. You're not trained to sit.
This armor fuck is heavy!
The armor will lock and
My
hold you in
ass
place.
is heavy!
I know about your little ability cores. And also, I'm standing on this chair. I'm not tall enough. I'm not tall enough to see over the desk. I'm just somebody abducted from the park one day and got told to start talking.
Come here. I want you to draw this. Do it now.
Draw now!
I made a noise. They grabbed me and it was like, grabbed me by my neck, threw me at this wall, and now I'm here. And then at some point a tag artist came by and drew a logo on this.
Oh, and another thing
I
that
think he
my
was
friend
running
did
for office
request.
when he did that.
Huh. My friend who drew this, he requested if you can, this is completely by your choice. He asks, "Hey, been looking at your interviews. It's been great, but I feel bad for good old Sierra just standing there. Can you please have him be sitting down?"
You know, we were actually gonna like turn him into sitting chief.
Sitting chief.
Yeah, like there's a. I don't know if you've seen the Hood lost a real one today. The image that the Sneasel creature made for us.
Receiving right now.
There you have it, though.
Behold.
Oh no. Oh my god. I'm saving that right now. I'm gonna put that in my meme folder.
This is just everybody who works at the mayor's office, man. I guess I should probably display what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Don't have these people be confused.
Display the funny memes.
There it is.
Oh, the funny man.
The funny memes.
Hold on, let me pull this out. I can, give me but a moment and I can transform Sierra into one who sits.
Okay.
But I don't have a chair for him.
I am the one who sits.
Don't wait, just don't get rid of his model, just put it down on the ground and just have him sit on top of the armor.
I mean, I have a button here. Where is that? It's reactive. Sorry, just get one moment. Sierra, interview this man while I fix this.
Let's see. Question book. Amber Stone.
Who is
Yes.
Stone?
I think Iggy came up to me and asked about it at first. No, it's not Anon and Fang's kid. No, they're still in college. They're not here. I was completely lazy with her character. It was like that whole segment where, like, in Infamous, where you see Moya and you only see her once and that was it. That's kind of what Amber is in some way. She's just an average green pterodactyl who wants to make the world a better place. That's
Sierra
literally
now
it.
is taking a rest.
I sit. Ooh, comfortable.
Ooh, you're sitting on the floor too.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, are you familiar with the Eric Andre show?
enlighten me. Is
Sierra
it?
takes the place of Hannibal Buress.
I
Whenever
did
they
not know that.
Yeah. No, like, that's what I told Vise when he made this for me.
Oh. I thought, in all honesty, when I saw the image, I thought it was just a cut and paste image of a Spartan with a CQC set. So,
Well, that's what Sierra is, but he takes the place of Hannibal Buress on the set. Which, when there is a guest on the Eric Andre show, Hannibal just kind of stands off to the side. Otherwise, if it was just me and Sierra, I would definitely move him into the chair. Yeah. Nice.
All right. Well, that'll be the.
Ah, crap. Sorry.
Oh,
Mr. Mayor.
Sorry. It has been done. I have swapped out a battery on an old PS3 controller. I just need to hook up my PS3.
Oh, live Infamous gameplay, everybody.
gameplay! Yay!
He's putting the topical thing on the background. So,
There
who
you
is
go,
Amber?
topical.
Huh?
Who is Amber?
Amber. So,
In more
Like I
detail,
have
just not Anon and Fang's child.
yeah. So, when I first said it, was a lazy character that I just made. I didn't really think much about it, but when I thought more carefully with her, I knew that I had to probably add some more with it. She's not supposed to be just that one side character that you would see. So,
Not like a quest NPC in like an old Elder Scroll games, where that the only thing is like, I'll give you this sword I found if you give me 3 bushels of wheat.
Yeah,
More than just a quest
that's
giver.
kind of that was kind of what she was at first. She was like, "Oh, hi, Cole. I'm here to help you out because me and you have this kind of goal. So go out there, and I'll be on the phone with you every time, and that's it." I I didn't like it when I thought about it after I did when I first made her. So I was like, you know what? The most she's going to be like the best side character for the Masked Stranger. Because that's when I set my final decision where Masked Stranger and Cole are kind of different when it comes compared to two because Cole is hiding who he is. He's going by a different alias when he's out on his patrols. So there's that. But for Amber, she's um she's a simple lieutenant of the VPD, Volcadera Police Department. And she's considered the cop with the balls because the cops are too, as what I say on how Cole would say it, the cops are too chicken shit to come out to Skin Row. And so,
Have you been there? It's fucking scary, man.
have you seen the place?
Have you been there? The city park got shut down. I had to be evicted.
Yeah.
I almost
So-
got bugged 3 times.
I nearly got shanked, and I just had a piece of cloth on me. Oh.
All I have left is my hat.
So, yeah, that was the kind of nickname I wanted to give her. The cop with the balls. So she's literally like the only cop that goes to Skin Row and tries to make a difference. And that's why between her and Cole, or Masked Stranger, that's why the two have the working point on how they work with each other. So, yeah.
And I
That's-
noticed, along with that, one of the fellers in Chapter 10, let me remember his name real quick. Not Gerald, the other officer that came in.
Oh, Sam Fisher, baby!
I wasn't getting Splinter Cell vibes from him. I was getting Ocelot being like, "You're pretty good."
So that was another thing because I haven't. I'm gonna be blunt. I haven't seen Splinter Cell. I've only heard of it.
I grew up
But-
with Splinter Cell.
Yeah. So
Or
I
the
just
original Xbox.
and this was a complete request from someone that I know that they wanted to just see another reference character, which it's Sam Fisher. There you have it. Splinter Cell, and Infamous confirmed in the same universe.
The wrong
There you
one.
have it.
If I ask you to do something live on here, add something.
1 second. I need to see if this is gonna work. 1 second.
Can you just add a little bit of Revolver Ocelot somewhere?
There it go. Power button ASMR if you heard it.
I think what I'm going to say about it, I'm going to be blunt. I was not really too thrilled on that whole segment because I feel like I did something wrong with it.
Well,
I might go back and probably change it, but from what people have said about it, they like it. So I might just leave it.
It's been a
but-
while since I've touched Splinter Cell, and well, Sam would definitely work there. Some of the dialogue doesn't feel like Sam Fisher.
No,
It's about all
no.
I can say bad about it, but that like those behaviors is how he would react and whatnot. Those are pretty good.
And I'm gonna
But-
guess it from him because I'm gonna say that he's probably more calm and collected when it
Well,
comes
yeah,
to how
he's
he
like,
works.
Think if you toned Metal Gear down. That's why I said he reminded me of Revolver Ocelot a lot more than Sam Fisher.
I'll
Or
just
I
change
should say
his name
Major
to-
Ocelot, because he reminds me of how he was in 3.
Well, the people like it, so I'll stick with it until then. I'll give it a 50-50 idea to think on it. But yeah, he's not the first character I really thought of adding because I wanted to add a complete joke of bunch of reference characters because Snoot Game did that
Mm-hmm.
with a few. I wanted to just do that for the shits and giggles, but so far from what I've got, it's been the complete opposite. It's been we've been getting. I mean, there was a fighting segment.
You're here in front of us. We are very Metal Gear pilled in this little server here.
Yeah,
What
I could
happened?
tell. I mean, just judging from the amounts of stuff that you've drawn and animated, from what I've seen, I'm pretty sure you guys are insane Metal Gear heads. Speaking
I'm
of Metal
literally
Gear
playing through
1,
the games for the first time. I just like the aesthetic of it.
it's your first time playing it yet. You have, I don't think the people could see it, but your picture, that's venomous, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm Venom Goose.
Venom Goose. Venomous is also another favorite. But back on the topic on hand. Reference characters for the fic, I don't think I'm good at doing it, but I'll keep on trying it. There was another request that someone
Play to do Dale Gribble.
do who?
Dale Gribble.
Dale Gribble, King of the Hill.
Oh. Pocket Sand.
Hollywood ability, pocket sand.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put that down in my notes. Del Gribble. You're not the only one, because someone on a few of my Twitter have requested Jack Cooper, Titanfall 2, Rico Rodriguez, Just Cause, and McCree, Overwatch.
I think Rico Rodriguez might be a little too high octane.
I don't
for
know
how he
Just
moves
Cause.
around.
I don't know Just Cause, honestly. I've only
He
seen
flies around the map at like Mach fuck with nothing but a wingsuit.
Wingsuit and grapple hook.
Oh god. People are just loving ass. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just make a. Do you guys want a Wani /Nuke crossover with PlayStation All Stars?
I don't know any of the characters in that game.
Oh, okay.
Besides some Metal Gear characters. I'm not asking for Raiden or anything, just fucking, you know. Actually, no, fuck it. Give me Senator Armstrong and Snoot.
Make him the center of Dinofornia.
Actually, okay. So here was another thing that I had planned. This was originally a bonus chapter I had set in mind, which was a complete reference to PlayStation All Stars because Cole, his rival, is Raiden from Metal Gear, and how I wanted to do it at first was Cole was simply just going by his day, and then accidentally bumps into someone who happens to be made of metal, and he'll be like, "What the fuck?" And then they talk, and then they fight, and at the end of the day, it's just a simple draw because I can't think on who would be better. But then I decided to go against it because it was like, nah, it's a bit rich, and it's a bit bland.
You're not greedy, just batshit insane moment. Or like he thinks that Raiden's coming around because that's the famous thing, isn't it? You're not greedy. I was wrong.
Maybe.
You're batshit insane.
And I mean that's like
Armstrong
another
is just so
thing.
fucking hurt by that statement.
Don't mess with Armstrong. I might think about Armstrong though, because Armstrong, he's. I feel like I could work with him.
Bring in nanomachines. He's just a grounded buff dude.
He's just a big. He's probably. I bet him and Spears like go to the gym with each other. Him and Spears go with the gym with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
I don't know. I write Spears to be a boxer, so I mean, you know.
Professional boxer. Professional.
That was his previous job. That's my headcanon. Read the one chapter that exists of Megaloboxing. And then read Born to Inherit the Stars.
I'll have to.
Read Born to Inherit the Stars! Read Punch Drunk! Still!
Read it now!
Don't read Bad Apple. Listen to me read it.
Yeah, listen to Bad Apple. Oh.
And then play the mod that comes out eventually.
Every time... When I first heard of Bad Apple, I thought of the song at first.
Yeah, well that's... on purpose, apparently.
I guess it was on purpose. It was such a unique title. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's just a bad apple. And then when I first heard you talk about it, I was like, wait, this is a Stego fic for Anon?
Well, it's I believe a Toho song, which makes sense for Stella.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, Stella.
The whole anime shtick. It's definitely a thing. If I wasn't too insanely interested, but I love Olivia. She is the best. But I think in close second would be Stella.
Weeb stay winning.
Mm.
The Ghostbusters stay winning.
The garden shall grow.
We got him. But
Oh wow, are those red middle Miss Carmelias? Man, those are Rose's favorite flowers. If you picked one from her garden, she'd fucking kill you.
oh, and you know what was something worse? Because that one of the people who were going crazy about dinos with conduit powers, most of it was fucking Stella, and yeah, most of it was like,
She already has Stego magic, man. Back off.
yeah,
That's more
Yeah.
special than conduit powers.
but there was ones where, because there's one with there's one type of conduit power with video cameras and all that, video screens, and it has the capability of making whatever you want with your mind, because you can make it with the screen power. And someone, I forgot exactly what they said, but they said that Stella would have video screen as her conduit power, and she would purposely make a bunch of anime characters. And I quickly wiped myself off, and I'm like, thank goodness there's no other dino characters with conduit abilities. But Stella, if there were dinos, which I'm actually thinking, because putting it together, Stella would more definitely have video screen as her conduit power. But as for like everyone else, I don't fucking know what to think of. There's not much to really think of with conduit powers exactly. It's so plain and simple to really think. Like coal, electricity, and smoke. There's ice, fire, all that.
You could say it's simple and clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You gotta love those clean set power sets.
I do.
Clear, defined, nothing too vague, but with room to grow.
Yeah.
Electricity
Next question?
in all aspects of.
Next question.
I'm just finding myself really
Has the K word been said yet this stream?
No, it hasn't.
Should it
No,
be me? See me, since I always bring them up.
You can go ahead, but I'll try and make it as insanely not much of information as I can give.
So, what's going on with Kessler? Where's Kessler, man? What's going on with Kessler?
Okay. I have my reasons. I'm pretty sure people who read the tags from the book and they see, is that Kessler there? Why is he there? I haven't introduced him yet. He's not here yet. I don't know exactly. I'm still working with him. He's a complicated character, for crying out loud. And for someone like Cole, I don't think Cole would want to think much about him, considering the facts of what he has done. So that's another reason why he hasn't been mentioned.
forget. I think there was a mention in the clothes shop.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
there was.
Pal.
Yes,
Needle of the week lost over Schizo.
Skits over dad.
Yeah.
Little child.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it at first, but when I in Humo's server, I flat out told Jake, saying, Jake, I'm a Schizo poster because I love Schizo. Schizo is my schizo. I literally said that to him. And then next thing you know, he makes me become a schizo poster role, and I changed my name to Red, so my days on this earth are complete.
Oh,
And-
complete, you say? Well,
Don't.
draw us
Sorry,
Um,
I have to be the one representing understanding at least the majority of the lore here. So I have to bring up the elephant or the man in the robes in the room.
Okay.
the man who's dressed very unsmartly.
All right. I've said it to you before, but Kessler is different. It's not what you're gonna think. That's all I can really say. If I really say much about it, then it's gonna be a huge spoiler in my standards.
It's not gonna be a funny Valentine situation, is what I pick up from you.
No.
Oh,
No.
comparing Kessler to Funny Valentine, that's funny.
Okay. Okay, I need to think this through exactly. Alright, if I can ask, in all of fiction, who do you hate the most? Like, who do you hate, like, in all of it?
Are you
Oh
talking
my
people
God, that's
that
a hard
are fun to hate,
question.
or just people that legitimately are poorly written?
If
Just that you just hate, like, you hate how they are in the story or anything.
Erebus from 40K.
Yeah, Erebus.
Fucking facts! Facts! That's also my answer, too!
Yep. Fuck
I'm trying to
Erebus.
think. I'm trying to look for things I really hate.
Where's Sarge when you need him?
I mean, you could
Anyway.
probably summon him into here.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. You know Erebus, and you know how much of a fucked up dick he is.
Yes.
So, think of what this villain might be. He's gonna be an asshole. He's not gonna show any little bit of care. He's gonna be the bad guy, and he knows he's the bad guy.
Oh, I thought of a character. Umbridge.
Hmm.
You know that actress got like legitimate death threats after playing Umbridge?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, she did a good
Would
job.
you say that's a test to her acting?
Or just how much people fucking hate Umbridge?
But okay. To answer the question fully, to make it simple, Reed, yes, Kessler's there. He's there. Is he mentioned? Yeah, he's been mentioned I think twice now. So
Even in the building shop, I believe.
yeah, he's mentioned in the first chapter, and he's mentioned in the chapter where Cole's going shopping. That's as much as I worked with. I don't want to just keep on giving off teas of Kessler because that's just gonna ruin the surprise.
He's not even referenced that much in the first game, so you could... Because he's got, what, a total of, like, 4 scenes in total? It's not
and
a lot.
and a few phone calls.
Yeah, it's like, it's a lot of his stuff is very much, he's not in the forefront for everything. He shows up when he's needed in the story.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine with me to have it keeps.
Yeah, and thinking back on it, the chapter where I did mention him with the puppet pals, Schizo, and all that, that was completely second thought because I'm still kind of insanely new with the Wani and Snoot community because I had no idea who the puppet pals were until Jake and a few others told me about it.
Oh, Punch Trot and Gator Jake?
Mm-hmm. He, after the brief explanations and told that Humo did do a stream on it, I decided to go ahead and look on it, and I fucking loved it. I mean, it was well done, and I loved I loved Judy. I loved Heather. I loved Schizo the most.
I'm going
Okay,
through
gun to your head.
Schizo.
Which one though?
And so, and the main reason, because I'm pretty sure there's some of those people who would probably read it and like see it like, wait a minute, that's not right. Why is she young? She's not young. If Anon and Fang are in college, how come she's like a child? And I've said it multiple times about it, is that Puppet Pals is a well-loved mod. I'm mentioning it is for the fact that I love the mod, but I'm interpreting it in a completely different way. Why? Because I'm gonna say this as another spoiler, is that Infamous Fallen Return is not the only story I'm going to be working with. There will be another. And
there's a secret third option to this that I've seeded into life. But I can't wait for your next thing.
you can't see it, but it has a smile on my face. I have a smile on my face for knowing that there are people who like it, and I'm glad for it. I just hope, because what I want to aim for this book is I don't like to put myself under schedule. I just like to give myself the space and the time to work with the flow, because if I put myself under schedule, then I kind of rush it. Yeah. I would rush it. I would rush it like crazy.
Free is probably a good idea. To just write as you feel the flow state come on. Because if you try to force yourself into the flow state, you're not going to get anything done that's worth anything.
No, and that was kind of my first mistake, because Infamous and Trust is like a loose wheel. Those are not my first fix. Because if you guys do know, back when I first did join Humo's server, I had my first ever Wani fic, which was called "I Wani Help That Human."
Mm-hmm.
And I've mentioned it a couple of times, but I've stopped mentioning it as lately because I was so devastated on how it looked. It was so rushed. It was so less interesting than how it was. And it's supposed to be a sad cope fic for E3, because I love E3 Wani the most out of all of it. And I rushed it a lot, and it was not the best. I made characters act out completely different than they usually will. I added some that barely even had a point at all, and at the end of it, it was not good for me. So I had to put my foot down on it and deleted it off of AO3, because I did not want to see that under my name. It's a project that needs
hate
time.
This, but I was actually enjoying reading that it disappeared.
Oh no! Okay. I'm gonna say this. Don't worry, because it's not gone forever. It's just under it. It needs management. I'm going to make it more. Because what I wanted to aim for it originally is that it was supposed to be a sad story. It wasn't supposed to be about Inko and Olivia. It was supposed to be about the kid. It was supposed to be about him. It was. Oh God, hang on. I think, I did do a drawing of the kid. It was somewhere in Humo's server. Hang on.
Oh yeah.
If it's still remembered.
I mean, there's another one like that by Prim, the dragon. Forget their exact name. Where it's just, I want to spend my life with that gator. Or is that no? Is that? No, that one's Jake's. It's very similar. It's either I want to marry that gator, or I want to spend my life with that gator.
Most definitely I want to marry that gator, and I've seen what Jacob
has. I'm not talking about Jake's. I'm talking about another one that has a similar premise.
Oh.
By Prim.
Okay, this is like the only thing that has survived throughout my deleting phase, which I'm going to send to the chat.
If
Which
you look through
was
my channel, you'll see like the cringe things I made when I was a child, trying to do whatever.
I sent it in the VC for you to see. That there was my oldest style of hand drawing before I decided to go on a different route. That there is by far the most by far the most best drawing that I could have done before I decided to try and take my time and practice drawing.
Which I need to do the same thing. I need to get back in the practice of drawing my own geese. I've thrown it in the corner of the screen
Mm-hmm.
so people can see what we're looking at. Well, I'm not trying to hide secrets from the 4 people.
Yeah. So, if I could give it a brief explanation, you could definitely tell that it looks like it's supposed to be E4 Inko, but it's the representation of showing both E2 along with the mix. It didn't work. It did not work whatsoever for me.
That needed a little bit of aid.
I was not happy with how the project was going. So, it's gone for now. I'm gonna give it time to work with it. What I want to do first, though, is to complete, because originally I had planned on working on multiple stories at the same time, but then I realized that
very few people can do that. Swanfather
Yeah.
Creek.
and I have to give Swadfather the huge respect for that. You know how to work your shit. Voided Pawn as well, by the way.
Yep.
Banger author. I'm gonna be honest. If I can steal him into here, I will.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you do, I would be asking thousands of questions.
Well, if you have a lot of questions for him, I may as well just drag you back in here if I do that.
Well, then I better get a notepad ready.
I suppose.
But yeah, I tried working on multiple stories. That's why you don't see Trust is Like a Loose Wheel has been touched lately. I want to first of all refix the first 4 chapters because it's good, but not the greatest.
But it
I need to work with it. It could be better. I'm thinking at probably deleting one of the chapters and rework it completely because I feel like I made one character not act like how they usually would. But until then,
yeah, that's a
yeah,
trap that a lot of Snoot authors fall into. I've told other people this, but in May I was caught up with every Wani fic in most of the Snoot fics, so long as they were in English. I have not fic rotted like that in a while.
Well, well, yeah. For those people though who do know about Trust is Like a Loose Wheel, don't worry. I've not abandoned the fic. It's just I'm gonna give that fic some time to work with. That one is perfectly okay. It's okay. I Want to Help is not okay, so I need to fix that one completely. But until then, Infamous Fall and Return is the only fic I'm gonna be working on until then.
Staring at you with little treat-filled eyes.
Next question.
Well, we kind of glossed over. Let's touch Summer's End.
Summer's End? Oh, okay. So that was I was actually at a bit of a realization at that moment because when I did work on that chapter, I kind of had a bit of a struggle at it because one, I said to myself that I wouldn't be going directly on Wani's path, and when I was on that segment on Summer's End, I knew I had no other choice to work with because one, I still did not have the foolproof plan to work with Sarah's character because originally I had to plan out. What I originally planned out is that Summer's End was when Cole and Sarah were gonna originally be together, but then I scrap that whole idea because one, it was way too early, and two, it's not enough character development for the two to feel like that. So that's why I decided to scrap it and decided to say screw it and just go through the average Summer's End, but slightly different. The thing I wanted to do in the Summer's End chapter was I wanted to show the fact that Wani is the background, and it's clearly just a focus for Cole. That's why the start of the chapter is different, and throughout the mid of it, it's slightly different. And by the end of it, it goes off a completely different ending than it would be, which goes with.
Thinking about is that both stories are making a wave, and there's like a few intersecting points for them, so the waves would cross over each other. If you know like a dual wave diagram is.
It probably is. I didn't. It sounds something with education. I'm not good with education. I'm kind of the dumbs, but if I could think of something like that, I'm pretty sure.
Here, I'll just bring it into the thing and show you what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Say that this image is one of the stories, right? Following that wave up and down. Well, say that's Cole's story. Wani takes an opposite turn, so if you were to flip this upside down and then put it on the existing graph, you have these intersection points between the two waves onto the timeline. So Summer's End is just like a good spot for it to intersect at. If that makes sense. That's how my brain was interpreting what's going on.
Okay, I could kind of see what you're talking about. I could actually see it. Yeah. Yeah. And here was another thing I wanted to do. I wanted to make Vinny add more to it, because
They don't utilize them to the fullest, do they?
no.
Okay. So, Flippo, I have a question. Since they do have Rock Ring and all that, and then they got the Packy Station, is there going to be a moment where Vinny's going to play like Infamous, but it's Dino version? We're going to get that meta?
Okay, so I want to go back to answer that. I need to answer that other question about Raiden being mentioned, because I did say that he was originally a bonus chapter that was scrapped. So this is what I wanted to do and change it. Because, there's the segments when you see Damien and Vinny playing Dino version Warhammer and all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
What I wanted to change, because there's going to be a segment, because I'm going to say this for what the next few chapters are going to be like, is that Cole is going to be knowing bits of more of Olivia. So he's gonna be at the Payne's place more, and he's gonna find Vinny or possibly Damien. They're gonna be playing a Dino version of Metal Gear Rising, which is gonna be showing Raiden, but different.
What kind of dinosaur is Raiden gonna be?
I haven't thought exactly.
Raptor.
Stegoros. Because you got the tail, you can do some fun shit with that.
And I'll have. I did say that Senator Armstrong would be a Baryonyx.
I use war as an industry to destroy war as an industry.
And
hard line.
And I'm gonna say this because Cole is right now waiting for Olivia, because they're gonna go off and do a few things and hang out. And while he's waiting, he's gonna see Vinny or either Damien playing the game, and he's gonna come over and look, and he's gonna see the game, and he's like, didn't I meet that guy somewhere before? And complete reference to All-Stars and all that kind of scenario.
That, and then it is gonna be like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Packy Station All-Stars.
Packy Station All-Stars. Yes.
Was just there. It kind of looks like you.
Here's another thing. I want to let you know about it, because there's going to be a segment, and this is going to be a huge spoiler. This is probably going to be the hugest spoiler for a bonus chapter. Masked Stranger will be well known as a hero at that point. So well known, and a group of movie directors comes and asks for Amber, because this chapter is a focus on Amber, and they're going to ask her some questions about what do you know of the Masked Stranger, because they're going to be setting out to make a movie about the Masked Stranger with Ryan Gosling as the Masked Stranger.
You should make Ryan Gosling an ancillary mimus.
No, he'd be human because he's literally me.
Reed.
He's literally
Reed.
real,
You
for
don't
real.
understand the amazing pun that this is. Ancillary mimus means goose mimic. Gosling is a baby goose.
So yeah, that's like the that's like the most spoilers I could really go on about that. I do have plans on showing off some kinds of references.
In the
But
movie, is Christian Bale gonna play Kessler?
No.
You don't have the right to talk about that until fuck.
Until I see you play that part.
Yes.
Christian Bale could do it.
Yeah, but who would Christian Bale? Oh wait, I can't say that. Oh, I almost spoiled Infamous.
Oh no.
Christian
Oh, no.
Bale's an Infamous?
Oh no. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything. All I can say is that Christian Bale would not be Kessler.
No,
And
it wouldn't be Christian Bale, no.
No, it wouldn't be Christian Bale.
Liam Neeson?
No.
Stop
Liam Neeson
thinking
isn't-
of bald dudes. You're just thinking of bald dudes.
Liam Neeson isn't bald.
He was bald once, wasn't he?
I don't think so.
Whatever.
He is Irish. People forget that.
Ugh.
Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's niece, son. Liam Neeson drinking a niece on Liam Neeson.
Okay, I'll pinpoint that. I'm going to say this because for my channel, I am planning on doing fantasy movie cast actors as this and that from games.
Danny DeVito
Danny DeVito as Zeke.
as Zeke.
Yes.
Give me Christopher Lee as somebody rather.
You'd have to be somebody that's highly important to the story, but gets underused.
Christopher Lee is dead.
But that's the problem, is that he's always been in roles to where they're really important, but the movies never fucking use him.
Yeah.
That or Dracula for the 50th time, which he tried to get away from.
Christopher Lee?
Yeah, he is Dracula. Dude, that is his actual most... No, literally his most popular role was being Dracula.
I might be... Hold on.
Yeah, you're talking about Sir Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Saruman.
I was making sure I wasn't getting that confused with the fucking dickhead who is in a bunch of Japanese coffee commercials and was in Men in Black.
Saruman the Stinky!
Stop it!
It's another fucking Christopher guy, I believe. Oh. I don't know. I don't remember any of the Hollywood stuff. Too much for me.
It's too much. Hollywood logic. Too much.
Too much for me.
God, what were we talking about now? We went on the tangent of talking about movie actors.
Your bonus chapter?
Yes, my bonus chapter. I have like I've mentioned, it's a movie, and the directors are asking totally the wrongest questions, and Amber has to come up with bullshit answers, and by the end of it, the movie would be terrible. And Cole would be there to see it. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
He turns into Infamous One Cole. What the heck is this?
No!
This is awful.
No! Stop it. I like Infamous 2's better. Speaking of, for people who are reading it, yes, I think Infamous 2 Cole every time when he would talk. Not 1, because I feel like that's not right. If you want, when he gets older, he could sound like Infamous 1, but not when he's 20 fucking years old. It would not work. Not work for me. I don't have any hate towards the actor who did Cole from the first one. He's a great actor. He's really good. I just don't think he fits.
I like his design better in 1, only because I like the jacket.
Cool.
Well, yeah, it's a leather jacket. You don't see many heroes in leather jackets like that.
I don't know.
It's sporty.
Colored. I got a fucking brown leather jacket I paint things on.
He also gets his little baggie.
Slang, yeah.
A little fanny pack.
The slang, not a fanny pack. Fanny pack's on the waist.
It depends how you wear it.
But whatever. God. I need to think this more carefully.
You gotta think your words through.
I gotta think my words through.
Everything
It takes.
here is now gospel.
Yes.
Unless if you're gonna pull J.K. Rowling and then walk back on it.
By the way, Dumbledore's gay.
oh yeah. Also, Cole McGrath killed Dumbledore.
What?
I just had to spoil Infamous second son of the Deathly Hallow.
Shut. No. 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 Okay, maybe.
There you go. There's your true crossover fic.
Harry Potter is fucking Infamous. You are a wizard, Cole.
Just have somebody yell.
No, I'm a conduit.
Cole kind of run away because he thinks he might actually be liquid.
You know, some of the times when I hear Infamous 1 Cole's voice, I think he would definitely make an interesting Liquid if he was Liquid Snake.
I'm liquid.
He's from South Africa?
I don't know. He's only really well known as Cole, but he's been in a few action movies from what I understand, but I'm just saying it. Hearing him, I could definitely hear Liquid. That's all I could really say.
Liquid Ocelot or Liquid Snake?
Liquid Snake.
I can see it. I don't know. Let me turn over an expert. Reed, can you see it?
Wait, what? 1 second. I'm trying to get a controller to work because apparently the face buttons for some of them just don't work anymore.
Okay. I'm gonna say this out because I'm pretty concerned the fact on who you are, Oates. I do have a bonus chapter set in mind with Stella.
Stegoros!
And it is. I mean, okay.
It appears I'm influencing the masses.
I'm pretty sure you have seen it, but there's been like some of those scenarios in like superhero shows or movies that there's that one person who happens to be the hugest fan of that someone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Stella would be a massive Cole fan.
I'm pretty
sure.
That's what I wanted to do. Is that this was a complete inspiration from one episode from Sonic Boom, where Sonic got injured and he was in a Sonic fan and all that kind of shit, and he couldn't leave because he was casted. What I had in mind is that Cole, during on one of his patrols, he got whacked. He accidentally overstepped and he kind of tumbled and kind of knocked himself out for like a half a second or a minute.
Conduit?
Oh,
That
okay.
must have been a really bad knockout.
Okay. So hear me out on this, because this was a thing that someone said on the first chapter. Because they questioned for the fact that Cole's healing, his fast healing, didn't kick in when he was injured. My only reason why he didn't have his fast healing was because he didn't have full control of his powers, because he was weak. He was a dead battery.
He lost the muscle the muscle memory to use the powers like that.
Right. That was one. The only thing he could have felt was his fast heartbeat. So he couldn't work his body out correctly. And that's why he didn't heal insanely fast in the first chapter. But for this bonus chapter is literally is literally a joke chapter. So I'm just having fun with this chapter. And what this chapter is literally all about is that it's Stella being Stella fangirling over a big masked vigilante going around doing stuff. So she goes on this whole wild tangent, and she'll be like, "Oh, I got my fan fiction here, my self insert, I'm like your sidekick and all that." And it's that whole kind of scenario, and like Cole is like, "What the fuck? Get me the fuck out of here, please!"
Come on, it sounds like you're dialing it a notch too high.
It's
I've done a character study on the Stegosaurus.
No, you gotta think about it. There's no such thing as an actual superhero in Wani or Snoot.
yeah. I mean, you've heard Ripley. You've heard Ripley. It's like superpowers were in real life, ladies and gentlemen, and that whole thing. So, for the fact of seeing Stella seeing someone like that in her house, it's something like that. It's like I said, it's a complete joke chapter. It's supposed to be.
Figured out what cards Cole's gonna pull.
No, because I think
that this ends without a reading.
I haven't thought thoroughly on it as an idea. Calm down.
You realize his tism's going.
Hang on. Give me a quick second. I accidentally just spilled my water after. God damn it.
I went on like a whole hour-long tangent today about tail placement on Stegosaurus women.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's not joking.
I broke out a biology textbook.
Okay. Just for you, Oates, considering the facts that you did do that one favor for me, I am still writing that one thing that you wanted, and I will make sure that Stella gets her reading for Cole.
Excellent.
At the end of the day, it's a joke chapter, and Cole is just going to be weirded out by Stella. That's it.
You're gonna be like, what the heck's anime?
What? Oh no, he will definitely know anime. He would definitely know anime. It's just because here's the thing that's so interesting about.
Like Yu Yu Hakusho shit.
Here's the thing that's so interesting about Cole's taste, which I'm gonna say this. Do you know that Cole has a huge thing for spaghetti western movies?
Now I do. Well, no, you brought it up in the story.
Yeah, I have brought it up. Cole absolutely
That's what he
loves
watches at his
western
house.
movies. He loves western movies with a passion. You actually, in Infamous 2, you actually see him watching a western movie in some certain segment.
He's just so he watches Clint Eastwood. Okay.
Oh yeah. He
Reed,
like-
did you watch Gran Torino not 2 months ago?
I know. Yeah, we did.
I missed that because my dad came to visit.
Oh, I wonder what
On my
Cole's
way over,
opinion
boy.
of. Oh boy, put in chapter his opinion on Gran Torino. Be like, I did not expect that ending.
Okay, I'm marking that down now. Thank you.
Him and Sarah watched Gran Torino.
bonus
Complained about the entire
bonus
time.
chapter. Yes. Okay. All right, there.
bonus chapter where he goes out and gets a.
That is my
comfortable
30th
couch.
bonus chapter right there. I have 30 bonus
Make it
chapters.
31. Adventure for a new couch.
Shut up! No.
You keep doing this, so we're not doing couches.
God. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm gonna admit something here. If you guys have seen it, if you've seen the first one of the first drawings I did exactly of Cole, I just sent in the VC. This is his ending sprite. This is what he would look like at the end of the book.
He loses an arm.
What causes that, man?
I'm not gonna say it. Because if I do, it's gonna spoil a lot.
Gets bitten off by Sarah. Calling it.
Shut up. No. Too kinky.
Extra season hit Cole really hard.
Jesus.
I
Jesus.
assume you watched the other interviews before you agreed to this.
Yes. I did.
And I'm the tame one.
Ugh.
I'm smiling
Okay.
with my eyes right now.
All right. Yeah, I guess all I can say about this picture is, how did he lose the arm? Why does he not have an arm? He's gonna lose it. But he's also gonna lose something else with him.
I'm restraining myself.
It's just like My Hero Academia.
No, I haven't even watched all of My Hero.
It kind of gets mid at the end.
Oh,
People don't like the end a lot.
I'll keep
Like-
myself mentally prepared on it.
I even watched it because I don't like disappointing endings. It's the reason I won't watch Game of Thrones. Oh, I can't wait for Game of Thrones, but it's based in snoots.
Jesus.
You ever snow drill batteries?
I think that's almost all of the stuff I've done. Actually, well, there is one more that I have done that was just late. That was just recently, which I did already sent in the music chat. But
Song.
I made a song.
You made a song. If you give it,
It wasn't
to
me
I'll
s-
throw it into the description link.
That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna say this. I did not sing it because I don't have the vocal cords to sing like that. I have I use an AI, and that's like the only thing I really use because the lyrics and most of the instruments that has been worked on by me. But as for the singing and all that, it's been mostly the AI. The only thing I really do tampering with the AI is just see on what kinds of tones that it needs to have. But yeah, I don't try and give myself too much credit on it because it's AI. So I don't really like to show off too much of credit because at this point, the only thing I could really say is that it's AI. But
Yeah. I mean, you wrote the lyrics and you did instrumental.
mhm.
Those are two impressive things on their own.
Right.
Stand
Anything
proud,
else?
My Flippo. Stand proud.
Any-
I don't know. Is there anything else that you want like you get a little autistic about?
I get autistic about.
Is there anything else that you want to share?
I will admit on some things because it's a writer's thing, but some of the times I like to reenact the scenes before I write it out because if I write it out, I do it from how I do it, and I just because I find it's not like I don't think it's a huge problem. It's a writer's tool on how I use it because when I'm in the middle of trying to explain the scenes, I need to reenact on what they would say and how they would do it. Hopefully, work with the tone on it.
Oh, like how
What?
I like ramble to myself in my car about things.
Yeah,
When
it's
I
something
think of-
kind of like that.
My writing is fucked because I think of everything while I'm driving.
Mm.
Or while I'm just like in the car seeing scenery go by, I think of everything. I can't write it down because I'm usually just driving,
Hmm.
and it's gone. I got told
Yeah.
I need to grab like a notation app or a dictation app.
Yeah. But yeah, I do that. I sometimes talk to myself as the character and see what they would say. It's my parents say I'm schizophrenic, but I'm not. I'm perfectly fine. They joke around a lot that too, which that's another thing I like because most of my work that I do, I get it from what my family
What
does.
did you tell me that kid had for sale?
Um, I think the craziness that I get from most of it all is from my brothers when they go on their wild tangents and their debates, and then there's the whole logic side of it with my uncle going on his damn TED Talk debates about why Lionel Johnson is the fucking best,
Oh, the line.
and
He's full of it.
Hey, I'll have you know, the Dark Angels is my chapter I have collected. I have over a good handful of them. I have painted models of them, and I'm still working on it.
Oh, yeah,
Wah,
his
Space Marine
power
players
was
not want to
spreadsheets.
put money towards things.
Well, okay, I'll let you know on this. My dad has the orcs. My dad works with the orcs.
I do towel. People threaten to curb shot me for
I
that.
plan it one day to have a guard army.
You would.
Hmm.
Sally's baby. Vulcan lives.
I also love Vulcan. I'm planning on having the Salamanders be my chapter, though. My uncle has the Dark Angels. I'm going Salamanders.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going a custom set of towel.
Mm.
Which
Actually-
they're painted like police officers, is what they look like.
Oh God. Actually, the funny thing about it, because Warhammer, it's kind of special to the family, so we have this kind of unique thing where we go on our whole debate on why things are. But as lately, my dad is making death wishes because he keeps calling the Emperor the Corpse Emperor, and it gets me and my uncle pissed.
Yes, the Emperor of Mankind.
Yeah.
Something no Tau will ever see.
No.
Me.
Buh.
But
We have
Before-
somebody that likes to play Wotan.
oh,
Oh, Botan.
Cocainer. He wants to get into Wotan.
Okay.
Oh, poor Cocainer.
Poor buddy.
They haven't had a range refresh in 2 years.
oh no. I'm gonna hurt my brother. I'm gonna hurt my older brother though because he says he has a wild interest of the ward bearers.
Throw him under the bus.
I'm going
Those
to.
fucking jizbits.
Oh, Betrayer Legions, why word bearers?
I know.
Iron
You
Warriors
Elven
are
Sons,
so
be
much
interesting.
better.
Literally,
He said he was first interested in the custodies. Now he's word bearers.
Oh. Okay,
I got a
so
few
here's the
custodians
thing,
in my
is-
desk here.
Look, okay, it's either you play Death Guard or really Death Guard, Iron Warrior, Southern Sons, or Khorne. Because was like I'm pretty sure with the way how word bearers work is that they have kind of the least amount of units that are special.
I don't know. I don't want to go too far into
They're
Warhammer.
literally Space Jehovah's Witness.
I don't want to go too far into Warhammer because
That's
if I start talking Warhammer,
Yeah.
I won't get out of it. So
Well, let's
You know what's
keep
fun
gaming
is just
back to
grab one of
Infamous.
the Warhammer authors who actually makes the real books.
Mm. Plus,
Once
plus
you
if,
don't open
if
up
I
one of
say
those-
something, I'm going to say this because if Sarge is watching, and if I say something wrong, that is a fact. He's going to just get on here and he's going to be like,
He will whack your people.
oh really? Oh really?
He's aware that I am up right now, doing this.
I don't know.
But-
Would Cole know what BattleTech is?
I don't know. I don't know. You're making me think hard now. My brain hurts.
Now,
I asked a
Cole
real
played
question.
Battletoads as a child on the Sega Genesis.
Does Cole know Super Mario? Okay.
Everybody knows Super Mario. Everybody
All
knows
right.
who Pikachu is.
So this actually
Pikachu.
does bring up an interesting moment to really talk about is the future chapter, which is going to the arcade. We know that Cole, if he idle touches something, it kind of goes kaboom.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the next chapter I'm gonna work on, but the chapter I am working on right now, which is almost done, by the way. I think it will be done by tomorrow.
Bated breath.
But Cole, by the end of this chapter, he's gonna be traumatized because something will occur, and we will have the first little glimpse of who the main villain is.
Dexter Morgan.
I don't even know who that is. Did you just
Buster
make that up?
Scruggs.
No.
Oh wait, no. Dexter is kind of a niche show.
Mm.
Only chicks in their 30s know what that show is.
And my dad.
Yeah, my parents know Dexter as well.
I'm a psychopath, but I only kill killers, so it's alright.
I'll let you guys though think on it. Reed, you could go ahead and think if it's Kessler or not.
Oh no, I already have an idea, knowing story and plot line, certain things about Colin Electronics.
Flip, are you trying to make us wind down without me asking a very important question?
What's your question? Just
Can you visualize an apple rotating in your brain?
an
How
apple
well?
rotating in my brain.
Can you
Oh,
visualize
no.
the apple?
I could see an apple,
Can you make it
but
rotate?
rotating it.
Is it like a flat PNG file for you?
No, it looks like an apple.
What type of apple?
Green apple.
Let's
Okay.
go!
How rotten is that apple? Is it a bad apple? Is it a good apple?
It's a healthy apple.
Aww.
It's pretty moist.
Are you saying it's critical?
Maybe.
How much would you rate the moistness?
I don't
Hello,
know.
everybody. Welcome back
It's
to
like-
Moist Meter.
I wouldn't say moist. I would probably say good There's like condensation on it, so it's like an
Juicy.
apple that it's juicy.
Crunch, crunch. I eat.
Is
the
it
apple
juicy
in
as a
its full,
fruit?
including core.
Is it a juicy fruit, you could say?
Juicy juicy. You know
Smollett?
Starburst. You know Starburst.
Inexplainably juicy.
Shit. Oh, hey, can you guys give me a quick second? This will be quick. I gotta go
One.
refill my water.
He's dead now. Flippo's dead. Rip Flippo.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Better end it.
It'll be quick, I promise.
Bang, bang, bang.
I can't believe Flippo died to Evil Cole.
That's truly awful. He heard what you were saying about him.
Yeah, Evil Cole was like turning around, for 1 second. He was like, should I let Flippo have his water, or should I just kill him?
Water, my one weakness. Yeah. I need to actually get this set adjusted to like scale it down and expand it so that more people can fit, because we have so many little characters on the screen at one time.
Yeah.
I feel like putting Sierra on the desk might not have been the best placement choice.
I've been
I
trying to
need my
restore
own
at least one
chair.
of these controllers to work this whole stream.
Actually, I could just put you on the armrest. Hold on.
Perfect. I am Cat now.
No, that's Bob.
This man
Of
above me.
course.
Bob, react him.
All right, I'm back. All right, what were we talking about now?
I don't remember. Oh, the
So
apple.
if
Yeah.
if Cole came to a decision to either let you drink water or not, would Evil Cole just flat out kill you?
No. If Evil Cole would say, no, slaps the water out, drink some Red Bull.
Oh my god!
He wants to put you in an early grave.
Puts him directly into Infamous. He cannot get out of that now.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay.
What would your superpower be?
Mine? Oh, okay. It would be concrete. It's basic, but I'm a heavy lifter. I pick up stuff.
When you say concrete, would it has to be the mixture concrete, or if you had found limestone laying around, would you be able to control it too?
Probably that. I don't know.
Now, what would my...
I
don't know a lot about these abilities. What would my conduit ability be?
As I said, I think I said it would be most likely feathers or birds, and the way I would collect it is literally collect feathers off a bird.
Or you could just you summon birds. I don't know. Conduits
made of pigeons.
Conduits from what my understanding, they are confusing. There actually someone did come up with a fan idea with someone having the ability of gold as a conduit.
They probably borrowed that from Naruto.
No, they brought it off of the whole Midas legend and all that kind of stuff. Where using his power, it would be turned to gold. It's that whole kind of scenario.
The richest man in the world, so long as he doesn't get caught. Otherwise, he's just a prisoner.
Yeah. But, okay. Huge spray of water because my throat's hurt. Okay. I'm back in the game.
Back in the fucking game, man.
I spent probably the first, 2 hours without water.
Yeah, we're at the 2.25 hour mark.
Any other questions?
Yes, I do have. I have two more. One is Mag TF2. Dr. Ludwig.
Yes. Okay, so I actually... here was another fun fact. Dr. Ludwig, he was based off of... Have you ever heard of this tabletop called City of Mist?
The what?
City of Mist.
I've heard the name. I don't know what it's about.
Do not actually know that one.
Okay, so put it out. It's D&D, but you have the powers from someone from a show, movie, or book.
Oh, so mutant masterminds, but a little bit more railroady.
Yeah, and it goes off the whole system of logos and mythos. Logos is your real self, while your mythos is the character's powers that you have. You can go and become yourself, or you could go and flat out become the character. And I played the game, and my character, his name was Dr. Victor von Ludwig. And he had the mythos of the medic from TF2. So, in his real life standpoint, he's a computer geek. But his mythos, he's the complete German madman. And how he works with it is that he coexists with both sides of himself, where he's the nerd, but he's also a mad genius. And I'm gonna say it because medic in TF2 is one of my favorites. Not my main, but one of my favorites.
We were bringing up mains. We're gonna have to ask later.
Oh, do I even? Have you seen my Steam pick? Hang on.
No, I have not.
We do not have you added on Steam.
If you're a scunt, I will boot you from this call.
I'm not a scout. I'm not a scout. I'm soldier.
Okay. Wait, what type of soldier?
Black box soldier.
Oh, you're a weirdo.
Okay, I was originally a stock rocket launcher because I had the strange rocket launcher, but after I got my first ever Australian weapon, it was the black box.
Still doesn't mean that you're weird because most people don't main black box.
I don't know. Fucking El Maxo did. If you've seen him.
I know Maxo's weird.
I don't watch a whole lot of TF2 content.
I think I've heard Lazy Purple even say a few good things about the black box.
It's got its niche. I won't deny it, but it's a weird one. You're not a Beggar's Bazooka guy, at least.
No! What do you mean? I'm a fucking... No! I'm not a fucking sweat! I go around... I literally run with my loadout, which is Australian Black Box, sometimes the buff banner, or sometimes it's the panic attack, and my melee is the equalizer. It's legit just a basic loadout for me. It's not too bad, it's just I use the black box because I'm not really insanely good at rocket jumping, I'm just good at killing shit with a rocket launcher.
Here's your homework then. You have to get the airstrike.
I have the airstrike. I use the airstrike for man versus machine.
You are a patron then, at least.
I use the parachute and the airstrike, and purposely rock with the crits and just fuck them all up with the crits and the airstrike. But if sometimes I do like playing other classes because my other main is engineer with also the panic attack. But I also like using Widow's Maker, but I kind of stopped using it. I haven't touched engineer in a hot minute. And TF2, it's been like probably a few days.
Play with any ability to do anything at all that's useful that I'm competent with.
But back on the topic though, Dr. Ludwig. Yeah, I use Dr. Ludwig because I was once Dr. Ludwig, so that shows off a little bit of my side on who I am.
Whoa, that's Dr. Self-insert. That's gonna cringe.
No. Because here's another thing you must know. Because Dr. Ludwig is also Medic's real name. Which I did not know that until I found out. That's legit his real name.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because it's based off of Frankenstein, kind of, to reference it.
Mm-hmm.
Ludwig von Frankenstein.
Yeah. But yeah, I put him in there because at this point I'm pretty sure the whole entire Teachers of Saint Hamons is just the TF2 team at this point.
Makes sense.
I could literally think either engineer, scout. Okay, scout. I think what he would be is I forgot the positions exactly. It's like those supervisors when they're out when lunch starts and you just see. Yeah, I would kind of see him out there like that, but he kind of sucks at his job, considering the facts that how lunch is like at St. Hamons. He just doesn't do anything about it. And as for other cast members, I picture engineer for possibly math or probably
shop.
Shop.
Oh yeah, shop. That was another thing. And Pyro, I don't really know. I was thinking wood shop at first.
Fire department.
Fire department. Oh, actually, there is back in my high school there was it was called Fire Tech, where students are training to become firemen after high school. But I don't think St. Hamons would have that though.
You never know.
But I will spoil this though, because if you guys haven't figured out who Cole's math teacher is, it's just for the shits and giggles. It's Demo Man because he sleeps.
That's the way to do it.
Oh, now you have to have a scene where he wakes up and is just drunk Demo Man.
What? But
yeah, I'm the grass man, and your ass is grass.
I don't know what kind of dino he would be because he's most certainly a dino.
Sure. You can't do
Trigger.
this to our black Scottish Cyclops.
When you phrase it like that, you're making me look like I'm the bad guy here when I say that.
I'm not trying to make you look like a bad guy. Unless that's what you are.
I'm not.
I don't
my-
know, you're
my
kind of
parent-
a shadowy figure on my sofa here.
Hey, no. There's
You
reasons
literally-
for that.
You are literally Death from Family Guy.
Shut up! God damn it! You're the second person ever to find out about that.
It's not that hard if you
Parts
watch
of it,
the
it's literally his
show.
hood.
I've had my original model for like fucking 8 years, and no one has figured it out yet. Only 2 people, and you're the second one.
I knew it was Death from Family Guy. I just
Nobody calls it out though.
No one calls it out. Just like the whole thing with the fucking period timelines for fucking school and all that. The fake. No one calls out anything. They're just saying it's good.
Man, you just gotta run it by the 2 ultra autists.
You know, you want me to be your
God.
biggest hater? Fine, I'll be your biggest hater. Flippo, your Flippo dumbstick.
Oh no.
That's
You
it.
know what, Reed? I'm flippo you off.
Oh no.
You're Flipopossum.
You know what? Your Brooklyn accent is fake.
You
It is
said
fake.
not
It's
free!
out of habit. You can't blame me for the fact that I have a nervous habit of suddenly changing my accent.
I mean, I
It
go
just
deep
goes-
in mine when I get angry, loud.
Like if you met like one of my brothers, you would suddenly hear them go British, while the other would suddenly go fucking Scottish, which I don't even know how that even works.
$1 Baja Blast. That's how it works.
No, god damn it! I've had too much Bajas. That's the answer. Okay.
You're not even
Okay.
awake now at this point. You're actually in bed.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
You missed the interview. Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
I'm not even
Wake up.
here.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Yes, that's
Is-
Batman once said that you cannot read while in your dreams.
Batman. gets stuck in
Do not touch the platform.
the- Okay.
It's
Okay.
illegal to doorknobs in other planets.
God.
Do you
We
think
love you,
that
Flippo.
Mike Tyson ever lost a fight with his underwear? Because those are boxers too.
I'd like to change the subject now of the matter.
Next
Go
topic.
ahead.
Next topic. Yeah, please.
Alright, the battle for Skin Row.
Okay. So this here is what I'm going to be doing for certain segments of the story. It's supposed to be a major action scene. So what I like to do is I like to give off short segments on what's happening throughout the time. The first part of Battle for Skin Row is the start of the situation. The middle is the plan and also what it happens, intermission. While the last is the ending of it. Because what I wanted to do originally is that it was supposed to be the next electrifying night, but I realized that what I'm trying to do would not give off enough detail. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show off that this is a 3-part segment that's all happening in one day. Because the chapters are named of numbers of days and how many days it's been so far. So, Electrifying Nights, it's supposed to represent what happens like during the nighttime, like I've mentioned, night patrols. The battle for Skin Row, though, that is different because that's the main focal point. That's It's Masked Stranger trying to save Skid Row from going into disaster. Because the cops in there are not doing their job correctly. So he needs to step in and make the right choices. Which I'm going to say for the chapter I am working on, it's going to end, but it's also going to end off with a glimpse of reveal on who you could guess on who the bad guy is. But so far, I have future plans for it because it's Battle of Skid Row. That's just the name of the chapter, all three of them together. As for the future parts, it might be longer than 3 parts. It might be shorter. I haven't thought really much on it. This was a completely whole new plan that I just came up with, and so far it's working and people like it. So I'm going to stick with it and see where it takes me, and then at some point I'll get back to seeing more Cole than just less a stranger, because if I can't really say it, I think in the chapters I have done most is there's more talks about the stranger than more than just Cole. So what I aim to do for this chapter is to show three solid parts of Masked Stranger, and then give Cole his time to shine again, and have him be the focal point. That is literally all I have.
I think I'll make this the final question from me for the night. Did you do any outside research to figure out how you should make the police behave? How you should make, I guess, passerby behave.
So, what I have working in mind for that per se, it's how to really describe it. I've watched some body cams on how cops do and how cops react and how they work. So what I try and aim to do is that they are well aware of the stranger, but they try and show off more of their on the duty instead of just being like, just back off. If I see you, we're gonna shoot, and that whole kind of thing. I want them to be realistic by, one, if they see stranger, they're gonna report it, and then 2, they will go after him and try and detain him. That's as much as I really got working with them. As for, cause like what I don't want to try, because I'm the kind of guy that doesn't really like trying to show off, saying that, oh hey, this is the police, they're assholes, they're terrible people. I don't think anything like that. I think everything is perfectly fine with them. So I don't want to show so much of hate. I want to show what cops are like in fiction standpoints instead of real life standpoints. But I want to make sure to add some realistic to it.
Also, remember, each cop is an individual at some point, so some might behave differently and some don't. Everybody assumes like certain things will act the same. Not every man is the same person.
Right, which is one of the reasons why I made Amber more of a more different than how I wanted her to be. So, yeah.
Well, also, let's not forget, I mean, we also have Infamous 2 if we want to run with how cops will kind of behave.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't know I'm going to how to really say this, because, yeah, first of all, Oates, you're planning on watching Infamous 2, right?
Yeah, I'm at some point.
Okay.
At some point.
It's on a mechanic standpoint with that.
I can ask you this, since you have been reading, because all the stuff you probably have seen, mainly Chapter 1, because Chapter 1 is Infamous 2. Is there anything that you know that you might see and what would happen for 2?
I do not. Well, besides the final confrontation where another bomb gets exploded. That's what I know.
Hmm.
And that leaves Cole as nothing but ash. That's what I've gathered.
Okay, so I probably have made it cryptic enough.
Oh
That
my
isn't
god, it
too
works!
much. So
Oh,
I won't
Frank
say much
Miller.
about it. I won't say much about it, but I will warn you though, because in this chapter, in the next chapter I am working on, it's going to show off lots of Infamous 1, further Infamous 1 and Infamous 2 stuff. So be warned.
I see.
Be warned of spoilers. If you can just hold off and wait until you're probably on Infamous 2, or you could just go on in and risk
I'll
it.
full steam ahead. But
Or yeah, do that.
yeah, I feel like we've reached a decent closing spot for the night.
We have.
I have
Yeah.
one more thing.
Oh, you got it?
Oh,
I have one more thing.
okay.
If
Hit me.
Rita's gonna try to worm Dale Gribble into every fic author's works
Oh, yeah.
that we interview,
Yep, where do you think
Sergeant
Dale Gribble
Forge.
would fit?
Oh,
Sergeant
damn.
Forge.
Okay, well, we're going with Forge? Okay.
Yes, because you reference Johnson with Rock Ring. You have not referenced Sergeant Forge.
You know what I was originally gonna mention before Raiden? I was gonna mention Jerome.
Ooh.
Really?
Jerome is other than Master Chief.
My
Other than Master
Halo
Chief?
bro.
Jerome is
Ooh.
probably by far my favorite one. I even liked using him for Halo Wars 2.
Yeah, baby. Halo Wars for the win!
Didn't do a lot of
You!
Halo, I just did the straight main games. But before we head off, before I kick you out of this room, who would you like to see me try to? Who would you like to add to my list? Because my
Ooh.
list has 2 people who are stuck on it until they're ready.
Okay.
Who've agreed to go at a later date, but
It
not
can be
So-
almost anybody.
could be nearly anybody.
It's an animator that I've seen on Reddit, and I am actually a huge fan of how he works his stuff. Which it's also a crossover fic that he's working on, which is Spider-Man.
Oh, I know who you're. Is it related to these Snooterman stuff?
Yes, it is.
I've seen his stuff. It's been a while since I looked at it, but it's impressive.
It's absolutely, it's like the best. I am a huge subscriber to how he does his work. I like how it's not full on the exact same, but also he's working on his own kinds of stuff at the same time. I am a huge fan. Pure subscriber.
I'm a little bit late on the game stuff,
Yeah,
getting a
we'll watch
controller.
that after we're done here, but yeah, I would love to have him. If you have a point of contact for him, or otherwise, I'll figure out myself. If you just,
I'll
send a link
try.
and stuff.
If I can try my best to help find a way, and I'll keep you posted. If he does, I'll reply. But I would recommend him because his stuff it's so goddamn inspiring.
Yeah, if you just give me whatever the info, like username and info, I could ask him myself.
Mhm.
But I would require me to make a Reddit account.
If you're on Reddit, he goes by the name of Des Best Boy or Des Best Bro.
I see. Well, do we all agree that we are ready to end and enjoy just Infamous the game?
Yes.
I spent like most of the stream literally just trying to get a controller to work.
He had a Victor Frankenstein moment.
It's- well, mostly it was actually for Metal Gear, but also a little bit of just getting an actual controller working.
Yeah,
Can I say one last thing to the people?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
So there are times where you want to go and make something. Go do it. Because if you can, it can lead to really good storytelling. And if you're huge fans of crossovers like me, go do your work. Find the information and try and make it work. I never expected my stuff to work like that, but here I am. So, don't give up. Follow your heart and follow your brain to see what you can find out. Because if you do, you can find out great stories on what you can make with.
Yep. And with that, I must tell everybody, if I can find my screen.
Get the hell out of my chat.
No. See you, Space Cowboys.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
everybody. I hope
See
you
you
had
on
a
the
good
flip side.
stream. We'll see
Sorry,
you